My name's Laura Gayton. I am the Marketing Communications and Design Manager at the Danforth Art Museum and School. Today we are having an event called Hype the Arts, which is basically a community art festival for all of Framingham and beyond. Everything is free, and we're excited. We're having a great turnout. We have a DJ, we have food trucks, we have artist talks, we have artist demos, make and takes, scavenger hunts, free t-shirt giveaway, just about everything that you could want. So everyone should come by.
How many people do you think have stopped by so far?
So far, I think I'm counting almost 200 from this entrance, but people are coming in from the side and in the front. So yeah. 12 to 3, yeah. And we're hoping to do this every year going forward, so I think everyone needs to put on their calendar. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So we've gotten a lot of great promotion. I mean, it's probably the most promoted thing we've ever had at the Art Museum and School. So we were pretty excited about it. Like, since the pandemic, this is our first, I mean, we've had opening receptions and different things, but like, this is the first thing that we've really done for the community. So we're pretty excited about it, yeah. So on June 22nd, the third annual Danforth Juried Exhibition opened up, and we have 77 artists that we chose to put on the walls. This summer we're offering a series of artist talks that are free with museum admission. They're run by Catherine Taco Gerard, and they should be pretty amazing. Each talk will have 3 to 4, sometimes 5 artists from the juried show talking about their works, and last year it was quite a hit. So every Sunday, 3 p.m. So, yep.
And anything you want the community to know about Danforth, if they don't already?
Well, I guess what we want the community to know is that the Danforth is really your art museum and your art school. We need to know what everybody wants from us, so it really helps when people tell us what they're looking for from their museum and from their school, because we're really, really open to ideas, and we want the community more involved. Even though we're part of Framingham State University, we're also here for Framingham and the surrounding areas, so we really want to know what everyone wants. So, yeah.
Hi, I'm Noelle Fournier. I am the director of the Danforth Art School, and I have created this collaborative sculpture here behind me with some pieces that were donated to us years ago. The rings were donated to us years ago, and so we decided that we wanted to have a collaborative sculpture here for the community to come and create their own individual acrylic panels that we've hung on the sculpture. So folks are welcome to come and draw whatever they want, and we're using paint pens, and when we're done filling it up, we're going to take it inside and hang it in our lobby. So
How long is it going to be outside?
probably not more than a week. We want to try to get it inside as soon as we can. The paint is acrylic paint, so if it gets wet, it will probably run.
Where did the idea come from?
I don't know. It just popped into my head, and I thought it would be fun. I enjoy making collaborative sculptures with community members, so it's a thing that I just thought of. It would be fun to be out here with the trees and being on the lawn.
Awesome. Anything else about the Danforth that you would like the community to know about?
It's your art museum and art school. We want to be as welcoming and inclusive as possible to everyone in the region, and we're really proud of welcoming as many people as we can to the museum to enjoy looking at art, and to the art school to enjoy making art. And you don't have to know anything about art to be able to be creative and learn how to be creative. So,
My name's Addie.
And I'm Caitlin.
We went to a camp here at Danforth, and we really like all of the arts and paintings and stuff here.
And the day that Addie came home with this really cool paper mache bowl, I was so excited to get back and to go into the 4th grade version.
And had you been here before you went to camp?
I don't think so. I think our friend recommended this place for a camp with her, and so we decided to do it.
Will you come back again?
Definitely next year.
Have you been inside here today?
Not yet. We actually just got here for food, and we're going to go head inside. Yeah. My name's Addie.
And my name's Caitlin.
Bye. My name is Sylvia Goldberg.
And my name's Raymond Goldberg.
And what was it again?
Where are you guys from?
We're from Framingham. And my favorite thing about Danforth is all the arts and crafts that everybody has fun with.
My favorite thing about Danforth is that you can do a lot of stuff at Danforth Art Camp, and you can choose from a wide variety of stuff.
Awesome. How many times have you visited Danforth?
This was my first time visiting Danforth.
This is technically my first time too.
Did you go inside yet?
Go inside? Not yet today, but I have when I went to Danforth Camp, which was at least 3 weeks ago, too.
So do you know about the new exhibit inside?
No,
You think you're going to check it out today?
definitely.
All
I
right.
think it's going to be pretty interesting
So
because of all the art.
is the new exhibit like in the museum?
Yep, it is. It's called
Yeah.
the Juried Exhibit.
I went there.
Oh, then you're a step ahead.
Yep.
Good for you.
Okay.
Just say your names and say thank you and goodbye.
I'm Sylvia Goldberg.
And I'm Raymond Goldberg. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Hi, I'm Mateo. I'm from Framingham, and I'm at Danforth Arts. And I won this free T-shirt, but I doing 5 activities. I'm the first one, and there will be 14 other lucky winners that if they complete the 5 following tasks, then they will be able to win one of these free T-shirts. Good luck, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Again, gets the kind of truth of the matter. Amy, you'll tell me whenever you need a break, yeah? Doing okay? Hi there. I am Liliana Glenn, one of the exhibiting artists in the annual juried show here at Danforth. And I am really excited to have my work here. The totems that showcase the idea of crowship, as in how we perceive them, how we show them in color, how we show them together, and of course the mythology behind the crows. So you can see one of the pieces here has a headdress, which is a raven beak. I am here to talk to visitors here at Danforth today as part of Hype the Arts. And I brought my glass rods, which is my material that I melt in a similar torch to this one that uses propane and oxygen. And I also brought some tools. In fact, some of the visitors who are young really wanted to know, how do I manipulate the glass? Because, you know, glass is hot. And what do? Well, you can't put your hands in it, but there are tools. And these are some examples of those tools. I was sharing with one of the visitors today, why do I like Danforth so much? And one of the things that I love about Danforth is the small scale of the exhibits, which I usually enjoy because I go in depth and there's just enough to go around. Plus the exhibition is beautiful, so that helps a whole bunch.
Quick question. What do you like about working with this medium, with the metal and the glass?
So glass is a miraculous medium because it can go within seconds from a very hard material to a very soft material. And the focus that I have to keep on it, and the work I'm doing with it, and the whole process keeps me in a kind of flow that is very hard to be distracted from. So a lot of intensified focus and passion.
Love that. And I don't know if you told us already because, background noise, but what's the idea behind these sculptures?
So I have to say that my work is in Five Crows in downtown Natick, and they recently celebrated an anniversary where they asked the showing artists to make crows. And when I get into something new, I had never made crows before, I go into deep. So I started studying them, I started looking at the anatomy, I started looking at research, and from having grown in a culture where crows were about death, were about dark, I learned that crows are beautiful and smart animals, and that was thrilling to me. Plus, I started sculpting them, as in the head, the beak, the body, and then also imagining them in environments. Like, for example, they like shiny things. Well, guess what? I make shiny things. So I will make a shiny crow and put it with a shiny thing. Of course, that probably is a myth. However, it looks great, candy for the eye, and it invites people to inquire about what crows do, how do they exist with humans. Now, one of the sculptures here is actually a female face with a headdress, which is a raven beak. And one of the things that I thought about when I was creating these pieces is how we often take on the spirit of an animal, because we're looking for a strength. We're looking for a power that we cannot at the moment find in us. And we say, who out there is a good source for that power? And for me, it was crow, because they're playful, they're extremely loyal and dedicated, and they're beautiful animals, and of course, they're very smart. So when you're watching their behavior, there's purpose there. And of course, that's very enticing for an artist. Come to Danforth.
Police need to be protecting everyone, not just the ones that look like them. They claim to know the hood and how it's run, but maybe they don't always understand where they're coming from. Disfiguring brown faces is a governmental sin. It's part of a cyclical disaster that these courts keep our kids in. We can't beat the system, but the system can beat us. Inconsistent interrogations don't lead to justice. Disarming me only leads to disharmony. Though few parents resist it, that's the most alarming to me. Search and seizure procedures, don't they follow us? They police us. No one questions how they treat us, and then wonder why they will impede us. Random shots get fired into crowds. Man gets shot in his home for playing his music too loud. There's this cop, he be acting all proud because when he steps up, your eyes bound. This poor slob, just trying to do his job on the way to school, he might have got robbed, and now he's still trying to make up for when he was just a kid, thinking about how to get a gun when he gets big and a shiny piece of metal he can pin on his pocket along with some handcuffs and keys to unlock it, and now all those bullies will feel his fury as he sticks a crappy alien on the tail of their story. But that Napoleon complex is really important me. Misplaced aggression is what they got in store for me. I implore you, please. This is a mockery. The police are here to protect democracy. This has got to be our worst atrocity, not safe from blue and whites, so your brother walks with me.
Nicole Rodriguez. I'm from Boston. I'm joining today to contribute some poetic work of spoken word and to enjoy the activities of the day. The Danforth has sought to bring together a diverse collective of artists and patrons, and that is exciting to me.
What inspires you to write some of the poetry that you have so far today?
The work that I shared today, much of it is inspired by students and the opportunity to watch the world and watch lives. The the opportunity to be shared, to have folks share their vulnerability with me, and a choice to write those stories. A lot of my work is driven by how I'd like to encourage people to think and see things in maybe, in some cases, in a different way than they may traditionally have seen them previously. I think it's really important for us to be thinking about how we are interacting with each other and how we are impacting each other in the world.
So what are some examples of the critical thinking that you want people to sort of linger on? Like what kind of topics?
Yeah, so today I spoke about a few things that are pretty important to me. Awareness of our environment and our treatment of the environment and the factors of how we are taking care of the planet that we live on. Our willingness to disengage a bit with phones and remember our skills in human connection and human interaction. I think that's a very critical piece and skill that is shifting. The way that we use that skill is shifting a lot, and I think our interaction with technology influences that tremendously. And our willingness to look at race as a concept. And one of the lines in a poem that I shared today is that the idea of eliminating racism starts with eliminating the concept of race. And I know that's not necessarily something that we talk about in a lot of circles. There's a professor at Harvard currently teaching a course that discusses this very theory, and so it's something that I've taken to speaking about more.
So coming here to Danforth, what's been your favorite part so far, or one of your favorite parts?
Oh, there's a lot to say. I think that the day's activities in particular were very impressive to me. Sort of the breadth of options for patrons to engage with art was really vast. And so you could be hands-on in interaction, you can be very just sort of visually participating, you can be a listener, you can be a talker. I think the provision of so many different ways to engage with art is what impressed me most about today's event. Danforth as a building, I think it's evident that a lot of thought and care has gone into curating the work that comes here, and I look forward to watching its continued evolution. I can be found on Instagram at Cole Rodriguez with a Z at the end, 347. Thanks.